Hi everyone, I am here. Please forgive me for this being late, and not just late, but it was almost not going to come up and it almost was going to end completely. I was on the verge of just coming offline completely. I experienced a level of trauma and I just didn't know how to process it. And yeah, I wanted to just vanish. I've been given a bit of inspiration, and yeah, I'm seeing it makes sense why I've been feeling so, all in the luminaries. So if you've been feeling similar, um then yeah, let's get into it. Let's get into it. But obviously I'm here. We've got B here today because I've been feeling a little sad. So he's here. And yes, so welcome everyone. Welcome. My name is Kelita Sahliah. If you are new, I am here. I'm behind the screen. If you are new and want to see my face is all over my YouTube channel. But I'm here. I'm real. And welcome. So this is like astrology of the sky, and we interpret our astrology by looking at the actual visible sky. So we don't just follow drawings, we use the sky, and that's what we do. So it's astronomy and astrology combined together, basically. So we go from the Sunday. No, yeah, the Sunday to the Saturday, the first day of the week to the last day of the week. And we're going from the 27th of August to the 2nd of September. Yeah, there are links down in the description below as to where I explain more of why I use the sky, because these will have different placements according to tropical astrology. So if you are more familiar with tropical astrology, it's going to look slightly different. Because tropical astrology, if you've not known, it's not accurate, whereas this is nature. It's nature. But obviously there's links down below that explain more. Don't believe me, of course, Google it. I'm telling you that this is where the luminaries, I call them luminaries because they illuminate our sky, not necessarily dense planets, but this is where they'll be. Don't believe me, Google it. Get an app, it's all gonna be there, so you can do that, or grab yourself a calendar and you can see for yourself too. And last but not least, before we get into it, I do offer personal readings. Yeah, I did cut it off for like a week, but they're open again. Personal readings are available. Birth chart readings for now, not necessarily current readings. We'll see as we grow and glow. So these are the positions anyway. As I says, check them out yourself. These are my socials, and the usual order of this video, for those who don't know, we go through the numerology of the month, because we are entering a new month, aren't we? A new month, 2nd of September. Time is just, what is time nowadays? But anyway, we'll go through numerology. We'll touch on the transits of the luminaries, and then we'll move on to the moon transits, followed by tarot clarity to see if I'm gassing or if I'm just chatting. It's the same thing. I'm saying the same thing twice in different ways. Anyway, and yeah, and then we come back to the present moment, because obviously the present moment is all that matters. Okay, it's all that matters. So yes, let's start. It's all in purple today because my blue pen's running out, so after this I will go to the shop and get some more. But what is happening today anyway? Oh, I was ready to jump into the transits. Numerology. So we've entered a new month. If those who have been following me, I pick out three numbers when I do my numerology, because I feel we can benefit from all of them. It's all energy and we can access these energies, and numbers play a big role. So also we have, from Wednesday, we are going to have 6 luminaries retrograding, and keep an eye out for a video coming out soon. I'm going to talk about how all of the 6 luminaries retrograding is actually going to support us, and how it is actually supporting us. Oftentimes social media just like, whoa, there's gonna be 6 planets retrograding, blah blah blah, and it's just like, careful, dude. It's very fear driven. But when I look at the sky, I see no fear. it's actually supported us in the best way possible. Like I says, I was ready to just throw all this in the bin, I really was. But when I look at nature, when I look at our hologram, our reality, it supports you from every angle. So, and I feel like I'm here to give that message. So I say it go, as some is, I'm not going anywhere. Right. Numerology, I'm gonna need you, I said last time, I'm gonna need you to breathe in with me when I'm talking through the numbers, okay? Because that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, like your mind kind of needs to be expanded if you're on my channel. Personally, you need to have an expanded mind. So anyway, and we're going with the normal Greg. This is how I write it, not Greg for Gregs. I'm just not going to write Gregorian, but that is Gregorian because I'm not the best speller. So anyway, to calculate the numerology, you add the month and the year together. So we're going into the 9th month in the Gregorian calendar. But obviously, it doesn't really make sense because if 8 is 8 means oct, so the 8th month is technically October. So this is why we use all of them. Okay, so we've got 9 plus 2, 2, 3, because we're in the 2, 2, 3 year, which is skull and bones. I found something quite deep in my decoding, which I will link to my crypto astrology, so keep an eye out for that. Linking to the Maui fires, the Hawaii fires in Maui, and the skull and bones. It links to ISO cryptocurrencies as well. So stick around. As I says, my message isn't for everyone, but those who are here for it are here for it. Right, so then that equals 16/7. So please don't die on me just yet, pen. 16/7. I write it like this because I like to see the energies that make up that number. Okay, and then we've got, how did I name this? I think, I don't know. I called it like, frig knows. The other one, just the standard one. What's it called? Like if October is actually the 8th month, so let's just put real. I don't know. I've named it different names. My head. Sometimes my head not good. Anyway, so basically, if we was to start in March, so February would technically be the last month. We start in March, April, May, June, July, and that would make sure like October, December, like December is 10, so it's not really the 12th month, it's the 10th. So anyway, that's this one, and that would be, and this would then be the 7th month instead, giving us that 14, 5. Giving us 14, 5. We then have, I like to call this 13 moon. So 13 moon, okay, that's a moon. Yeah, I'm not the best drawer neither. Giving us, I counted it. I literally counted it from the moon movements, from literally Pisces to Pisces. I counted it 1, 2, 3 from March. So that gives us, because I was kind of like, how am I calculating this? I was trying to figure out how to incorporate the third one in. There's power in number 3, so that's why there's 3 of them I'm looking at. But anyway, counting the moons, and I count it from Pisces to Pisces. So yeah, we're given anyway, because we're entering into like this new energy. It's actually 6, giving us then this number that came up last month as well. So I'm not sure about the 16/7, but these two are karmic numbers, and I actually have both of them in my numerology. When I say decode yourself so you can know yourself and be yourself confidently, I feel it's so important to know your numbers. And as I said, I like to see the extra number that adds up to it to figure out what is the overall energy. So what am I seeing with the month of September, going with all of these energies? So we're getting obviously the 4 energy twice. Obviously 1 is amplified, but we're getting the 4 energy twice. We've got 3, 6, 7, and 5. So I see the Gregorian one based on that's also like mainstream astrology. I see that as the illusionary matrix. Okay, that's the illusionary matrix where it's kind of like it's more, this is what we want you to do. So we're going to have some influences of this number, the 16-7, but at the core I'm actually going to say the 13 months one, and this is where we're going to breathe in and out from. So we're starting from the bottom, now we're here. No, it's like oh my day, so cheesy. We're starting from the bottom and we're going to breathe through up to the 7. So bear with me as I talk this through. So 4 energy is very I'm seeing building, I'm seeing leadership, structure, building, leadership, structure. And something my mentor says, who is Waters Above, go check out his channel because he is amazing. But my mentor, he's like, the 4 symbology, it's also kind of like that doorway. It's like stepping through that doorway, and because it does represent time as well, it's like I'm seeing and because this whole thing is a karmic number, I'm seeing true shifts really taking form now. I've mentioned this like the last couple months ago, when this number was at the top. You see, it was at the top, and it was just like we're given this illusion of like, yes, I'm ready, it's kind of happening now. And then like things were happening, but not so much. Now, nature, we're on this number energetically. So I'm seeing leadership, building, like this is what you're focusing on your time now. So again, Saturn energy, you can pull this into this. Saturn is it's retrograding within Aquarius. So maybe round about this month, like you're getting more structure, you're building more structure based around how you're trying to give. Potentially that could be business wise. It's like Aquarius is very sociable, business, like unique ideas type of thing. But I'm seeing that we'll be spending time this month building foundations and structures, and it's like these foundations and structures is kind of like that doorway into that new reality we're ready to step into. Okay, supporting the 4 is the 3 and the 1. So the 1 is obviously for all of them, it is that structure, support, it's that the newness as well. So it's the new element is in there, and the 3 is that creative energy. So 3 is, it's not like, I don't see numbers as numbers, I do see them as patterns. So 3 is, it's a coil, it's basically a new energetic frequency where, or you could look at it as matter forming a new pattern, which energy, which is light, then travels along. So it's like, and this is creative energy, it's the 3 energy. So I am seeing creativity potentially coming through this month, and this creativity that's coming through, this new creativity that's coming through, and because 1 is structure and support as well, supporting the building on that, and it's like this creative energy is being used in this time to build this structure and support. So what I'm going to say to you, your creative ideas that happen to possibly pop through now is will build you a foundation. I'm seeing this month is quite important. So if anything comes up, just do it, trust yourself. And then let's breathe now. We're going up a octave. We're going up an octave. So the 14-5, again, karmic number, meaning it's either karmic number, karmic debt, meaning it's like going through these energies, it's like change, you could see change more happening. Okay, because it's like you're working through the karmic energies. So going into the 5 energy now of the real kind of month. So if we're not following the moons, this technically is the next best logical one, because this fits into how we've named the months or the moons. Okay, so 14 and 5. So 5 is change, connection and change, transformation. Yeah, that is 5. And do you know why I see even more? It's like connection and change. No, I'm going to leave that to my number segment. All of these numbers I'm going to break down and decode. So each number will have a whole video breaking it down. Okay, so I'm seeing connection and change anyway that's happening. So it's like through this creative energy, laying this foundation, and that's how you'll be spending your time. Change is coming. Change is coming through this base level of nature. Okay, and again, we've got the 4 energy being amplified. So it's like this is how we're spending our time, building the structure and everything. And it's focusing on building that structure and foundation, being a leader, because 4 is leadership skills. It's taking that initiative, that drive. It's to build an empire. 4s doing that again will bring about the change. You see how it all fits in and how it breathes together. Creative energy brings about this structure, this foundation. Again, this foundation, this structure brings about this change. And then as we go into the illusionary matrix now, this is what they want us to see as anyway. But take note, because these energies will slowly pop up, okay? And then when nature, the actual hologram, catches up, we'll experience it as it trickles down to here and here. So we've got the 7, the 6, and obviously the 1. Again, the 1 is the same. But with 7, it's source or geniusness. It's like source, geniusness. So it's kind of like after all of this change and everything that comes in, obviously it's like this new, you have to go about it a different way. Like I see 7 as source. I do see as source. Someone else was like, oh, it's like genius. But I see as source basically, because when you draw the 7, and then I mirror you can like mirror the 7. You can do it like that. It comes up as a whole triangle. It's just like it's source. Source comes through the prism. Light comes through the prism and it experiences reality through the 7. So it's kind of like this genius aspect, because it's like how this hologram was created. It's like the genius aspect is now projected into the hologram for us to experience our reality. That's 7, it's source, it's geniusness. So it's like you've change is coming about, and this month just pay attention to possible like little glimpses that may come up, but you'll operate at it in a couple to a few months. Okay, but pay attention to what comes up, because this may just be that added element. And it's of course what builds up this source, this geniusness, to add to whatever this creative idea, and which puts the foundation in. 6 is based on the material. It's like pregnant potential basically, and it's the material reality. So it's kind of like it's kind of like change is impacting in your material reality, or this source, this geniusness to add onto this will impact your material reality, because that is because the 6 is there. So it's like more of a direct impact to your material reality, because that's what 6 represents, that pregnant potential. So it's like, whoa, there's pregnant potential here. What's really going to be birthed? This genius idea. So that's why do pay attention to what possibly comes up during the month of September. But we'll most likely be acting on this energy coming to the end of the year. Pay more attention to your creative ideas, because that is what is going to set these foundations. So whatever you're willing or wanting to spend most of your time on, 4 being time, Saturn as well, especially if it is about more of this Aquarius energy, then trust it. And gosh, 19 minutes into the video and we're only on numerology. Right, if that did make sense, please give me a thumbs up. It will help the algorithm. It will help me. It will help other people if they need this message too. Moving on to the transits now. So the transits, what's happening this week, as you can see on the calendar, we do have Uranus stationary retrograde, Fortuna entering Scorpio, and a full moon in Aquarius. So let's move busy B out of the wizzy A. Let's write this. So on the 29th, we have Uranus SR stationing retrograde On the 30th, we have our beautiful Fortuna doing its thing. So these are the two transits, and then we'll move to the moon transits afterwards, and then finish with tarot. No, present moment. Anyway, retrogrades. 6 luminaries are retrograding. As I says, keep an eye out for that video. It's going to come out soon, where I explain more about how all of the retrogrades are supporting us so much right now. But yeah, so for those who don't know, retrogrades offer a going back, like going over what you've recently done, like slowing down, redoing what you've not managed to get done. You've now magically got the time to get it done. You've got the capacity and all that type of stuff. And this is how it works. It's like, as the luminaries are stationed direct, you get the inspiration, you get the idea, you get the spark that sets off in your mind, that chemical reaction to that thing. When a retrograde happens, you then can cultivate and nurture that spark that happened. Okay, so these are retrogrades. They're not bad. They're not bad at all. So yeah, so that is a retrograde. That's what it offers. And of course, Uranus is retrograding. So what is Uranus? Uranus is known as the father of electricity, and it can bring about sudden change. So in essence, it's like you being in that, your Uranus energy naturally, you just being in that energy, it kind of creates this chemical position in your body which creates that electric change literally within you, where things can be teared down, restructured, the new can come in to bring that change for you, basically bringing you more closer to the version of you you're ready to be. So it can bring about disruptive change. If anyone has been waiting for some big miraculous change in their lives, like Uranus stationed retrograde can allow that to happen. And this is why, as I saw 2212 on the timer, this is why that might be a confirmation if you've been seeing them numbers. Let's write it on the board because I'm feeling called to. If that's for you, it's for you. Anyway, yes. So this change, or this thing that, or like circumstance in your life that could literally transform your life, because that is Uranus, it can literally create that electrical component in you to transform your life. And as I said, that there was 2245, 5 again is change. So another confirmation. So that is Uranus in essence, known as the father of electricity, and it's stationing retrograde. So what is happening here? Naturally, it's like you are going back, you're going over things again, like retouching on things. That's why it's like, if you're going back to ideas and stuff, trust it. Because these things could be that energy that you'd work on that could transform your life. Okay, like I'm saying, 360, 180, 360, like complete change, unrecognizable. And that is Uranus. Uranus, it literally just goes back and forth throughout the whole year. So it will station direct either the end of this year or the beginning of in 2024. It's somewhere. So basically, it's transformation time. I say it is. It's transformation time, people. And then, yeah, okay. So that's what I'm seeing there anyway. If you've had any ideas, and especially if you're getting ideas sparking back up, it's like, whoa, yeah, I want to do this. You're feeling that you've got a bit more capacity. You've got a bit more space to do it, basically. Trust it, because that's Uranus. Anyway, moving on to Fortuna, moving into Scorpio. So Fortune is basically the luminary that emits the frequency that brings about fortune and prosperity. So you just being in that energy can bring about fortune and prosperity to you. So it's moving into Scorpio. It's moving from Libra. It's moving from Libra into Scorpio. So what I'm seeing now is that Scorpio is part of the 8th house. It's very taboo in nature. It is a watery element, but it's more on the defensive, protective side, because it has its defensive. It can protect itself. That is Scorpio. It's fueled by Pluto. Pluto is the messenger of the underworld, and it does bring about transformation. So Scorpio is transformative too. Was I not talking about transformation? It's transformative. And do you see, this is why I love the sky, this is why I love nature, because it all syncs to support you. Like, this is ready to transform naturally, and Fortune is going into the luminary that can bring about or help aid this transformation or begin the process, because the true transformation happens when it moves into your Ophiuchus. You know, the U is not here yet, but that's Ophiuchus with its new sine wave. That's a sine wave. That's a new coil. You see what I'm saying? That is the Ophiuchus star constellation. So without getting too much into Ophiuchus, because that is when it transits again. But anyway, it's the beginning of this transformation process. All right, we are transforming, people, collective, whoever's watching this, you are transforming, and it's happening now. It's happening now till the end of this year. Basically, transformation is beginning now, and you will notice. You will notice the changes from now, and the transformation will happen. And it's going to bring about fortune, and that's why I'm saying you will notice the changes again, because this luminary was already in Scorpio at the beginning of this year, and then it retrograded, and now it's touched back base in it. So it's like, we went through something before, and it's like, okay, you've done that. Now there's just another transformation that I guess is needed. And this time, as it's in Scorpio, Uranus is also stationed in retrograde. Yo, you can't make this up on how it supports us so damn much. Like, it's wild. So anyway, fortune, yeah, it's in Scorpio. So having this transformation is going to be fortunate for us, and this transformation may come through having to reach your depth. I say often, Scorpio is knowing that what is probably your vulnerability, or people like, oh, that's vulnerable. No, that's your strength, and it's accepting that is your strength, okay? And it's using that vulnerability as like your fuel, your power, and that is Scorpio. Is taking what is dead and bringing it alive. It's that transformation. So you doing that, you knowing like, whoa, this is my strength, and transforming through that. It's bringing about fortune and prosperity. Okay, right, 27 minutes on the clock. Moving on to the moon transits now. So the moon, we are starting in Sag. That's where we're starting on the 28th. That's like the end of the day. On the 28th, we do move into Capricorn. On the 30th, we move into Aquarius. Sorry, I don't know why I paused there. I've been spacing out a lot, you know, and it come from, like, I used to space out, but sometimes I space out even more, and it did come from the trauma. But on the 31st, we do have an Aquarius full moon. Yay! And then on the 1st and the 2nd, we touch base in Pisces. And then we have our Cetus dip. And then it goes back into Pisces on the 2nd of September, the Sunday. The Saturday. I was like, wait, I thought Sunday was the 3rd. That's why I got confused. But yeah, on the Saturday, last day, or the first day, depending on your point of view. Sometimes people like Saturn's. Anyway, it's another video. The moon. The moon is known as the mover of our emotions. It's the technology. I see all this technology. All of these luminaries are technology. And that's how it impacts our body and our emotions. The elements in our bodies, the L, the gods. L is God. But the moon moves our emotions. It gets our emotions, our energy moving, which then like allows the sun, the ego, to attract experiences to us. So this is the moon. If already you haven't been attracted like confident Leo experiences, then I don't know where you've been, fam. I don't know where you've been. Oh, damn. But yeah, so the moon, So anything that gets you excited, more passionate, but anything that moves your emotions, that is the moon. From your emotions, you then take action, don't you? Which then allows the ego to bring other experiences to you. So the moon, it's moving from Sagittarius. When it's moving from Sagittarius. So when I say it is in Sag now, and as I've been going through my emotional turmoil and stuff, it's only today my emotions was like, whoa, I now know the direction. And I've said this time and time and time. Sagittarius, the centurion, comes along, the centaur comes along as the savior. It's just like you can be, it's just, yeah, what comes before Sag? Baffled. What comes before Sag? It's gone out of my head. I don't actually know. Sagittarius. Why have I got a blank moon? Ophiuchus. You see what I'm saying? A blank moon, a blank mind. I don't even think them two different words. I think they're connected. Moon, mind. Maybe. Did I just get a random download? Anyway, Ophiuchus comes before Sag, so it's kind of like our emotions were moving us in a way recently where we kind of wanted to transform, or a situation probably happened where it literally caused us to transform. Our emotions have transformed. Has things come up to you from the past week, the ending of just like, whoa, I need to change this, or blah 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 blah, I want to do this. If that had come up, then amazing. And we start the week like today, Saturday, and the moon will still be in Sag on Sunday. But if something has come up now, Saturday, where you're just like, whoa, yeah, I'm more focused now and I know this is the direction, I'll just say trust it. Like I said, I was ready to just give all of this up, but my direction, it came in more clear, more focused, and I'm like, okay, I now know the direction. Yeah. So that's kind of what I'm seeing there. Today, tomorrow, it's more just like, okay, this is the direction I'd like to go. Coming Monday now, on Monday, the day of the moon, more of this direction and stuff. It's the end. It is the end of the 28th. It is the end of the day. So most of Monday, you still may be feeling more just like, oh yeah, this direction, this is where I'd like to go, blah blah. End of Monday going into Tuesday, it's more like how that direction, your emotions will be moved into how to put a solid foundation, or how to set that solid foundation for that direction you're ready to go in. This is channeling straight through me, and it's wild. That's what I'm seeing there. And then as the moon, bear in mind it is an illuminated moon, so things are going to be illuminated for you. It's going to light up the way. It's going to be clear in the direction, so you can trust your intuition, you can trust it, as we do have this full moon in Aquarius coming up. So the moon does touch base obviously in Aquarius on the 30th, and it's a full moon on the 31st. So fully illuminated now. Saturn, how you're spending your time right now, it's going to be fully illuminated. I'm going to jump ahead in the future too, because also when Pluto truly moves into Aquarius, it's not there, it's in Sag, it's going into Capricorn for like 14 years, but when it truly gets into Aquarius in like 2040, basically 2039, 2040, I'm seeing we're going to get a little glimpse this week, like for 10 years in advance, okay, but also for these next 2 years while Saturn's in Aquarius. Something is going to be so illuminated with how you want to give in Aquarius. It's like, no, here, with how you literally want to give, how you want to network, socialize, how you want to give your ideas, how you want to help. Aquarius is very humanitarian. It's known as the water bearer. It's got the water pouring out and giving. So this is you giving. It's you, you know, I did say in this time, in these 2 years of Saturn in Aquarius, don't be surprised if loads of new businesses just pop off and just explode, this new wave of business, especially when it's like giving, in a sense, this Aquarian energy. And I'm seeing round about this week, something is going to be so illuminated this week, so illuminated on how you're going to spend the rest of your 2 years. And it's like a glimpse into like the future, but the present is all that matters. So let's come back here. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing there. And it's like, as we move from this Aquarius energy into September, we move into our Pisces and our Cetus watery dip. So for those who don't know, I call it a Cetus watery dip. And because we use the visible sky, we get extra star constellations, because that's where the luminaries illuminate and wander through. So the moon does wander through a star constellation called Cetus, and it sits, for those who don't know, just below Pisces and Aries in the sky. So I'll draw it small, but you have Pisces here like a V, you have Aries that's literally just like that, then you've got this big old Cetus. That Cetus is literally bigger than Aries. So you get the moon kind of is doing this in Pisces for a dips a bit low, getting a bit more of the Cetus energy, then comes back. So that's what some of the luminaries do. Some don't even go in Pisces and Aries. It just goes through Cetus. So sometimes people class it as one, but it depends on your point of view. So anyway, it's this Cetus watery dip. I class this whole thing as Pisces is the first and the last zodiac sign, only because it's the water. So you're birthed through the water. Once we are birthed through our mother's canal, that's when we get heat, Aries, and that's when it all begins. But technically, it starts in the water, okay? So as we go around the zodiac wheel, as I said, I see the zodiac wheel like a whole spiral. So instead of just going round and around in a circle like the Ouroboros eating its tail, it's a spiral, and we expand outwards in awareness as we go around each time. So it's kind of like energetically we are going through the next level. We've got all the data and we're going through this Cetus watery dip. Cetus is where you alchemize all what you have kind of processed in the past zodiac wheel, like the moon, our emotions. This is based on our emotions. Our emotions are leveling up, okay? And it's our emotions that attracts our experiences to us. So it's all important. So our emotions are getting a transformation this week, like a full transformation. And it makes sense because this transformation that's kind of coming about after it's like been illuminated, your emotions will pop through Aries now in this new fire element, and it's ready to attract the new experiences to it. Okay, this newness, this building, these creative ideas, this change, and all of that. So 37 minutes on the clock. That's what I'm seeing there with the moon. If that does resonate at all, if any of this resonates, do give me a thumbs up and a share. You could share it if you'd like. What's come out here? Oh, 8 of Wands. Something's coming in fast. I don't know what's coming in fast. Can you clarify that? What's happening next week? Oh, that come up. What's coming in fast? And anything to clarify that. Oh gosh. Is that for the... I didn't do the month. Okay. Right. Oh, whoa. Nah, you can't make this up. I said, wait, I didn't do the month. So these come out for the month. These two are for the week. This is for the month. They all come out upright. One flopped, but it was all up. So, wait, how does that look on the camera? Let's put these on one side. This is for the week. So, something's coming in fast. 4 of Pentacles. I know this one, I'm not familiar with that one, so I have to check in the book. And then, I don't know which particular order, but this is for the month. Okay, so numerology, pay attention. Let's see how all of this aligns. We've got the Empress, we've got the World, and we've got the Chariot. So, for the month. I'm kind of liking that, I'm not gonna lie. So here's the tarot clarity. Here's the book. It will be linked in the description below. I'm gonna find out how to do it. So the 8 of Wands, I know it can be communication. Something can be coming in fast, and if it's not communication, it's just something is coming in fast this week. Something's coming in fast, and again, potentially so we're having this whole transformation, aren't we, with the moon? With the moon, something's being illuminated, so it makes sense why something could be coming up fast. But let's read it in the book. News, quick development, making intentions clear, everything up in the air, sorting out priorities, resolving unfinished business. So if anything did come up, because especially Mercury's out there retrograding with past energetic exchanges, things will become up in the air. Fast communication and things is happening this week. Things will be resolved. Quick development. Anything unfinished may get finished this week. And because Mercury's retrograding, past people may come up to finish off what wasn't resolved. Yeah, pay attention to that if that comes up in your life. And of course, what else is happening with the 4 of Pentacles? Pent. I'm hungry. I'm really hungry. So 4 of Pentacles, possessive, mean, greedy, resisting change, tight-fisted, and mercenary, small-minded, materialism, a source of manipulation. Okay, so yeah. Something may come up this week where change is inevitable. You're having this transformation, so there may be some resistance on it. In this communication that comes up, there may be some resistance on this change. This is telling me a lot anyway, because I've got some talking to do, and people may not be happy with what I've got to say, but I'm still saying it, so they may resist it. No business, car. Some things have to be said and not left unsaid, and it makes sense. There's some unfinished shit, and it has to be said. It has to be said, because this, things have to be said. But anyway, this week may be a rocky week emotionally. I'm not gonna gas. You may get past people coming up, past disputes, or just past energetic exchanges coming back up where you have to communicate and resolve the issue. But in this communication, it's just like there may be some resistance of change. There may be maybe some resistance of change, but our emotions are moving us to transform us, like naturally. So I say it is, I saw it go. Right, the month now. Moving on to the month, we come back to the present moment. They're all major arcanas. What? 3, 21, and 7. We've got 21. Did I not say 2, 2, 1, 2? And I know people might be thinking, there's not 21 in it. Yes, there is. 21. It's in there. Like, the way to read numbers, you read everything. But anyway, so we've got the Empress. So, the Empress, abundance, female vitality, sensual pleasure, nurturing, feeling good about life, connecting to nature, mothering others, creative and material reward. Did I not say we're going to notice the work you've been doing, this transformation and stuff, this fortune of all of this change, creative energy to build up this solid foundation? Rewards are coming in, people. I said you're noticing change from September. You will notice change from September. And I said it, this number was high on the list before. I was like, we may notice things. And in the hologram, it was presenting that. And then you'd feel discouraged. It's like, nothing's really happening. People, no worry. September, it's time. The world, you're being given the world this month. I don't even really need to read that one, but we'll read it, see and where. But you're giving the world this month. This month, you will notice material reward. You're given the world. Like, it's the Wheel of Fortune. It's not the Wheel of Fortune, it's the world, even better. But the world, so completion, fulfillment, freedom, cosmic love, freedom from fear, feeling at one with the universe, reward for your hard work and effort, celebration, celebration of yourself and others, accomplishing goals, traveling mentally and physically. The world is my oyster. You're feeling rewards from this point. Your creative energy is bringing in some structure. You're feeling that reward. You will you've been given the world, yo, and the Chariot is coming in quickly. So you with Uranus station in retrograde so you can go back over to bring about this electric change, to go over and to work on them things that you missed at the beginning of the year that was just an idea. You now will have the time, ironically, to work on it, the capacity, which will bring about your rewards. The world is coming in quick this month. Six people. September is the material. Going based off the 13 months, within the month of September, it's the material anyway. So impact within the material is going to be noticeable. And it's just like, this is the beginning, noticeable changes. Did you hear my belly rumbling? Anyway. As we begin to close and come back to the present moment, this says agape, and that means unconditional love. So anyway, and I feel like you become your tattoos. Anyway, come back to the present moment to finish off, because we chat. So till, let's put B back here. So the present moment, obviously this video was a few days late, so the closest present moment obviously is, we do have Mercury, which I said is retrograding, and the moon right now today is in Sagittarius anyway, so it is being illuminated in the direction you're ready to go. And obviously with Mercury station in retrograde, keep in mind, up until, when's it finish? It's in September. Station's direct on the 15th, so up until the 15th of the middle of September, don't be surprised if past energetic exchanges pop back up. So basically, if you don't know what that means, you've had an energetic exchange in the past, whether the communication with someone or anything, interaction with anyone. Like, it could literally even be from your childhood. You can be like, this happened in my childhood and I wasn't happy, or this happened when I was with you. Anything like that. If that type of things come up, keep in mind, especially if it comes up this week, because communication is happening fast. People won't be happy. You're not going to be happy this week. Transformation, it may be a little bit tough, but just keep in mind that Mercury is retrograding, so just be extra mindful of what you say, past interactions. Yeah, and I'm going to end it there. Thank you so much. I am sticking with you. I will not go. I'm just being more mindful on how I'm like projecting my energy, and also access. I can't really have so much people like messaging. I can't really reply on socials. I have to just say that it's becoming too overwhelming for me. It's becoming too overwhelming. So it's like, if you would like to contact me, on the comment section here is fine. You can email me or message me on like my Facebook page. But as for like my standard Facebook page, my Instagram, Snapchat, I've deleted the app. I'm not replying there. I can't, and I'm not even available like that. But if anyone wants to talk to me about anything else, I've not got capacity. There's gonna have to be a tribute if you want my attention from this point, because I'm just a bit too focused. So anyway, thank you, and I'll catch you next week. It's looking interesting. Is it? Yes, oh my days. It's an interesting week, but I'll see you next week. Anyway, Angel out. Bye.